It is a historic night tonight. It's my pleasure tonight to share with you some very, very big news. And it's always that much more special when you're making an announcement for a company like Illumera Life that has a hero product like PluriActiv. I think back to that wonderful day when we as a company were blessed with Dr. Aswin wattanapramote's PluriActiv. And several of us on this call, I would say the majority of people on this call, understood the blessing that we all had in terms of what we were able to get for ourselves, but more importantly, to people around the world. A product that had such a high pedigree, a product that if you go and you look on PubMed and see what the fish mint qualities are by universities and by studies, and then you realize that this particular product had been elevated by a tremendous level because of what Dr. Aswin wattanapramote had achieved through fermentation. And we all, and I said this on the day that we announced it, said we would become stewards of that product. And as we went through, I always believed that there was something much bigger, something much more powerful behind this company than just a company that made people a lot of money. Now, that fact is true. There will be a lot of people making a lot of money. And the reason they'll make a lot of money is because they will be sharing something that profoundly changes what and how they feel, and their family members what and how they feel. And I went through a period of time where I started just asking for the help that I needed. And various people came into this. Dr. David Nelson, Genevieve was an integral part of this. Brett Gurney was an integral part of it, and other people. And after we launched the product, the name that came up was that amazing power couple. And I literally had this moment, this flash where I said, you know what? I'm going to call the Carsons. I'm going to call Don and Nancy, and I'm going to share this vision with them. I'm going to share this stewardship with them, this idea of becoming the stewards of this product, but more importantly, that loving, caring couple that would support the network. This is the true definition of a power couple. And so this started a few weeks ago. We talked, we conversed, we shared old stories, we remembered different events, and we had been to several events. I'd been to Manitoba and in the Bahamas and all over the United States. We had attended events together. And I asked them if they would be interested, and immediately they were interested. On day one, they were interested. And as we progressed, I asked them, I said, listen, we need somebody to basically lead the field. So it's my pleasure tonight to introduce you to Don and Nancy Carson, our new wellness ambassadors. Your support, the people that will help you all gain more success with PluriActiv. Don, Nancy, it's over to you.
Well, Dory, that's a very, very nice introduction. I appreciate those kind words, but it wasn't day one that we were interested. It wasn't until a product arrived for us to try. So that's the truth, because we are product people. Nancy, wouldn't you agree?
And it was serendipity. I mean, everybody knows that timing is everything, especially with people that have had their toes dipped into the water before. And the timing was impeccable when Dory reached out. I was searching my own self for a solution, and all of the pieces of the puzzle just seemed to fall into place on the timing, on the problem solution, just all of it coming together at the same time. And I was really looking forward to getting the product. And since we have gotten the PluriActiv product, Don and I have been, we're very new on the product. We've only been utilizing it for a week now.
A little bit, but you notice immediately.
I've noticed some immediate differences for sure.
So one thing you have to understand about us as a couple is my wife comes from a small town, in northern Manitoba, and it's a mining town, and everybody knows everybody. So one of the things that my wife, over our 31 years together, would share to anybody was, in a small town, if you tell a lie, everybody knows it. And so this industry is very, very known for people sharing things that aren't exactly the truth, or sharing things that they themselves don't believe, but they're trying to make a buck. And that's not us. We're entrepreneurs in the truest sense. We sold one of our businesses last year. One of our other companies has doubled in size. We've been growing quite substantially in the industry. We were flown around the world for master distributor positions, looked at them. The product never interested us. We've had lots of things that have just not really lined up in our belief. And I would say the biggest plus here for those of you that join us in this adventure, and truly this adventure begins today, in my opinion. You've been
well, it does for us.
It does for us, but it also looks at the company as at where it is at this early stages. I mean, let's be honest. We're going to relaunch sort of, let's make this a global phenomenon with a product today that we would call, as Dory says, a hero product. But really the millionaire mindset is what I've had in my head for so long, because if you really understand what that really means, it means cash flow. It means the ability for everybody in the world to make something, a little bit. And that little bit is fascinating for truly the average person. When you think about the average person making an extra $50, $100, $200, or getting this incredible product for free, I would say you've got yourself a success story. So, put it this way. Our goal, first and foremost, as wellness ambassadors and your leadership team here, would say, let's let everybody win. Let's let everybody have a chance to, first of all, experience what we've experienced in a very, very short period of time. My wife needs to share this story about her own personal journey over this last week, that she did this, and I noticed it, and she came out and told me it in the last 2 days, and I knew this was kind of happening, but I didn't quite understand it. So I'm going to let her not share her thunder here about this product sort of recognition that she's seeing. But for us, it's about that little bit more often for more people. And if that can happen here, this company can go through a massive growth story of sharing this hero product. And that's what we're going to attempt to do here starting this evening, is to get everybody that can sort of get into this concept of, okay, first of all, does the product work? You have to try it. And if you try it, my goal and my gut says you're going to experience something. So Nancy, share your thoughts around the last 2 mornings when you woke up and you came down and I was having a coffee and you walked up and you said something to me. So maybe you should share that.
Well, you make it seem so suspenseful. I literally just had a great night's sleep. I had a fabulous night's sleep, and I have actually been a sleeper. I always thought it was my superpower. My girlfriends are like, I go to bed, I wake up early, I have a disruptive sleep. Not me, I sleep all the way through. But for the longest time, when I woke up every single day, when I woke up, I would say probably for at least the last 7 years, I've woken up congested, puffy in my eyes. My nose was always congested, and I often had a sinus headache when I woke up in the morning. It took a really long time for that to clear. And so I found, like, when I would get up in the morning, I was kind of a lollygagger. If I could fall back asleep, I would let myself do so if I didn't have anything on my schedule. And now this week, like in 1 week, I wake up, my nose is not congested. I do not have a headache. And when I wake up, I'm active and want to hit the floor. Like, my feet are ready to go. And it's just such a different experience, because I always thought I was having good sleep. And now that I've had good sleep, it's amazing where baseline is set, where you think you're doing a really good job. And then you go, wow, this could be so much better.
And so what's fascinating about that is that doesn't mean that it'll work for everyone. I mean, that's just an example of us 31 years together, me seeing my wife love to sleep in till sometimes 11 o'clock. I mean, it was just her thing. And when she did get up, it was very easy. If I went off to the office, she'd go back to bed. Her day is beginning now. And what is it because of? So what I believe what we have to do is the science will take care of itself. And we have some amazing people, Dr. Nilsson and others, that will be able to do that. But what our thinking is, you've got to try this product and see what you can experience yourself and share your story in your own way. But again, it may be different for you than it is for us. But for us right now, we're blown away by what this product does. The next thing I would say about this opportunity is the ease and the low cost of entry. You know, from what I've heard now from the ownership team is it's not a business of letting the people that are starting this get rich off of a high-priced, overpriced product. It's a company that has a vision to start off with these hero products and the membership benefits, which many of you have been here longer than us are aware of. But truly, the hero product getting out there will drive people to the membership benefits over the next months and years ahead. And that will expand. The product itself will expand into categories without futuring within the PluriActiv model of product and the ingredient that will allow us to, yes, maybe have another product or two down the road. Really, the patches in combination is where I'd like to start this company off with this mentality, a pill and a patch. Because if you think simplicity is the mother of all things in the long run, if you can duplicate that, a pill and a patch statement from anybody, if you get them to try it and they experience what we are seeing already, you're going to have yourself a runaway where we would have experienced this when we've had thousands and thousands of people around the world and our teams making millions of dollars in organizations in the long run. That wasn't what's motivated us. What's motivated us is how could you duplicate something so simple that everybody would want to try it once, and then see if they can not buy it again. And I believe that's what we have as a gift and the blessing that Dory talks about. So Nancy and I are super excited about the opportunity, first and foremost, of being here early. And it is early. This is a very young company ready to take on what it can do in the world as it grows. It's in a very good position, but the leader of this company is not Don and Nancy Carson, Dory, and the other people that you'll see on the Zoom. It's truly the product. So if you can lead with a product at a price that is affordable and people will want to keep consuming it, and the money starts flowing on a monthly basis residually to you, which is what I described earlier is the millionaire mindset, not having $1 million earning you 2% that might pay you $2,000 a month. No, it's that 2,000 divided by the amount of little bits that come in. I don't want to sit on $1 million in the bank because I'm going to spend it. I just want the cash flow. So the key for all of us is let's help so many people earn some money more often. And I believe the rest will take care of itself. Nancy, I know you're excited about other things you've heard, which we're not going to talk about tonight, but this truly is a blessing for us because we've been looking, but we've not jumped.
It's true.
And we did a project where we put our heart and soul into it, and it fell out of our heart only by somebody else's choice. And when I think about that, it kept us away from all of the things that were offered to us. But when Dory came to us with a very simple idea, a simple concept, I had to look.
I think the thing that was the most intriguing to me too, Dory, is your own personal story and your own personal experience. And when we checked back in with you, how much that had changed. And I was just really wanting to know how you did that and lift up the turtle shell and look underneath and see. And I was really excited about that. And so I'm feeling hopeful. I am feeling all of these emotions. And I can't wait to get to know everybody here a little bit better and learn a little bit more about Illumera Life and what it's going to bring to the table for all of us. And
duplication is the whole magic of what we're attempting to teach over the next little while, is how can you share something simply so that other people will get the message quickly without you being too much of a dump the toolbox types person. We've got to get to the concept as a team early. And this truly is a very good team of people that can grow and duplicate. Can you imagine taking this number and doubling it every week for the next year? what that would do. You've heard the stories of a penny a day. You've heard the stories of what would you rather have at the end of the month, a penny a day doubled or the amount of money that they described. It's always the duplication and that growth that happens from everybody sharing equally at the same level that will actually make the most money in the long run. So at $10 a month, $9.95 for a membership, and I'm learning, folks, as I go along here, because I'm a comp plan ninja, and I can see the benefit of what we have here very early, but I want to be able to teach concepts to anybody who would be interested to say, here's how you'd share this for the average person to get their product for free. Here's how that you would share this for a person that wants to help their family in a wellness venture. There's so many things we can do just with the current 4 products with the PluriActiv and the 3 patches. But remember this concept, a pill in a patch, a pill in a patch. There's so many people that are out there in the world right now trying things that are pretty intrusive to lose weight. Well, what if you could have a pill and put a patch on and see what it does to help you in your weight management goals? Simple. And for a very low entry, most people, my wife and I included, have tried and spent a huge amount of monthly money for anything that we would say. Nancy would say, I don't care if it tastes like, you know what, I'll try it. That in the past is something that wouldn't get us hooked to promote it in the sense that we're describing you today, a pill and a patch. Make it simple, duplicate it, and watch what happens. That's what we're going to teach. That's the concept that we're going to bring to the table in the coming weeks ahead. Truly, folks, we're blessed to be here. We're going to enjoy this journey with all of you. The vision we see is the same vision that the ownership team and Dory have described to us. Being part of that will obviously give us a chance to have, as you've described, Dory, a chance to share our thoughts and have an open ear to share what the field is saying and how the field wants more, what they would like to see. We're here to do that. This company is launching today, in my opinion, with what we currently have. And just watch what happens. Mark your calendar. Put it on a calendar right now and put your calendar a year from today. And my goal for all of you is to be here a year from today on a Zoom that happens on a Wednesday a year from today. And just imagine what you're going to see in terms of the volume generated, the success stories, the people sharing in the bonus pools, and how easy that ends up being if all you have to do is learn a simple concept, which is, I'm taking a pill in a patch and I can't believe what it's doing for me. Don't describe it and lay it out guaranteeing anything. Let them try it for such an inexpensive money-back guaranteed price. Dory, that's our vision. That's where we're at. Nancy, final thoughts before we turn it back to Dory?
I just want to thank everybody for such a welcoming, welcoming environment. This has been really positive. All of the building blocks that are already here have been outstanding. It made it so much easier when we were coming in and taking a look at this to realize all of the building blocks are here. And we're just wanting to take that, maybe make it a little more simple for everybody, because there's been a lot of people with really big brains behind everything. And sometimes that can be a little intimidating. That was what I was talking to Dory earlier when we were talking about even language. Like the language is so scientific, and the magic that happens with this product is just incredible. But we just need to figure out a way to say that to everybody in the simplest way that they can also leave every one of these moments with some hope too. And
we've always said, hugging the world is such an important part of who we are. And today I would say we're going to hug the world one pill and patch at a time. I think that that's such a simple thing to do, and watch people get started with this product and see how they can inspire a world around them in a small, fast way. Dory?
I think it's adorable how you thought I was going to get the last
I know,
word.
but we do that. I know, but
you can't do it.
You didn't wear your hat today. So when you wear your hat, I always know when you touch the brim.
Oh, okay.
So you didn't touch the brim.
There we go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good night.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.